Hey guys, this is your Crash Course Beginner's Guide to Romance. Okay, in case you're wondering, no, I'm not going to teach you how to get a boyfriend. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that yet. But I am going to tell you how to start reading romance, like my favorite book over here. I am a romance reader. This is my shelf of books that I've read. And you can tell most of them are romance, and if you've seen my videos, I feature books that are mainly romance. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys a beginner, medium, and then advanced, I guess, course to romance, because I've been reading romance for I think a year, almost a year now, and I love it. It is amazing. It makes you so delusional, but it is so fun to read. Okay, this is the book that started it all. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is my favorite book, and it was the first romance book that I ever read. I had read books with side plots of romance, but this was the first this is romance book. It is amazing. If you're trying to get into the romance genre, please read this, and you will not find a book better than this. At least I haven't found a book better than this yet, but this is amazing and you're gonna love it. I can guarantee that. I have no clue where my copy of The Do-Over is, but The Do-Over and Betty on You, this one right here by Lynn Painter, are also two very easy romance novels to read. They're easy to read, they're so adorable, and you will be shipping this couple, and every time you see a penny on the ground, you will think of Wes and Liz. You'll understand that when you read Better Than the Movies. But Lynn Painter's books are amazing. They're beautifully written. They're so quotable. And not in this one, but I think in Better Than the Movies, each of those chapters start with a quote from a rom-com. This is the newest book by Lynn Painter. Nothing Like the Movies. It's a continuation to Better Than the Movies. This one is a bit more heavy, I would say. It more focuses on the characters individually. Just because, spoiler alert, Wes's dad dies in this one, and I feel like this book is more Wes focused than Liz focused, because the other book is just in Liz's perspective, and this book is in Wes and Liz's perspective. Tatbilb, or To All the Boys I Loved Before, by Jenny Han. You've probably heard the name Jenny Han, and you've probably heard of To All the Boys I Loved Before. If you haven't heard of To All the Boys I Loved Before, you've probably heard of The Summer I Turned Pretty, both by Jenny Han. She is an amazing author. She wrote the To All the Boys I Loved Before series, which includes To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever, Laura Jean. And then she also wrote The Summer I Turned Pretty. I haven't read that one yet, so I don't know what all the books are. But there's a lot of representation in her books. And this book is about love letters. The main character, Laura Jean, she sends out her love letters that she never sent, got sent out by her sister, Kitty. And she starts fake dating the beautiful Peter Kay, and they end up falling in love for real. As romance goes. But I would say this is a very beginner kind of romance novel. It's easy to read, it's fun, it's swoon-worthy. You'll love it. You'll love Peter Kay. Shwoo. Okay. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, or you like Dungeons and Dragons, or you're a Stranger Things fan that only knows stuff about Dungeons and Dragons from Stranger Things, you're gonna love Dungeons and Drama. These are both two standalone books. This is one of the first romance books I read, and Christy Boyce, man, she is a really good author. I feel like it is more very when you get into the characters thoughts and when they're thinking, you can tell that it's a teenager, because their vocabulary isn't like presumably like, you know. Anyways, what am I even saying? Okay, these are just very cute romance. They're very cutesy, you can tell by the cover. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, you're gonna love these. I love these. They're very fun, very easy to read. I think this one is only about like 293 pages. So this one's a bit longer, but it's worth it. Okay, I would still consider these two more like beginner or medium level romance. I don't really think there's certain levels to romance. The way I'm leveling it is like advanced is more like, oh, this is heart-wrenching, you might get into a reading slump after this kind of stuff. But I'm putting this one in the medium level because I did get put into a reading slump after this one because I could not find a book better than it. And I got kind of annoyed, and I kept starting like 5 books, and I'm still very much in that reading slump today. So Gigarella is amazing. I need to stop using that adjective. Anyways, Gigarella is really good. It's about this kind of like fangirl. It still has the Cinderella element to it with the evil stepsisters and the prince, but he's an actor, so that's kind of different. I think I paired these two together because he's an actor and he's a musician, and they're both like kind of like well known. But this one, the FMC, is a photographer. She's a fangirl. They're both so cute. I love them. Oliver Perry, Marry Me. The Heartbreakers is so good. Ali Novak also wrote My Life with the Walter Boys. I thought this one was a little hard to read. I'm not completely sure why. It is quite long, but if you like the show, it's so different. The show was like, the book was way better. I'm just gonna say that. The Fault in Our Stars and You've Reached Sam, I'm putting these on the last level, like the more advanced level, because I did kind of get into a reading slump after reading these because they are very sad. These are so well written. Like, it's not like these are bad books. Like, they're so well written. It's just, they're very sad. I've already said that, but they're very sad, and you kind of need some time after them to like digest what you just read. So if you're like doing like a challenge, like reading for 24 hours straight or something, don't read these, please. And if you don't want to be sad, I guess, don't read these. But I do think that you should read at least The Fault in Our Stars once in your life. Romance side plot time. If you know what that's from, please comment because I love that show. These are romance side plot books. We have One of Us is Lying, The Daughter of Pirate King, and Shatter Me. Shatter Me is to be argued with because Shatter Me is a 6-part series, and the more you read into the series, how do I explain this? The more like romance is involved in the books, I guess. And the first one, there, I guess you wouldn't say there's like that much romance, but like I feel like it slowly escalates. That's the word. Okay. The Daughter of the Pirate King, again, romance side plot. It's not the main plot. It's just there on the side. Same thing with One of Us is Lying. It's there, it's mentioned, but it's not the whole book. So I would say if you're more into like mystery or like fantasy or dystopian, and you're kind of scared to get into that romance kind of main plot romance kind of stuff, then start with these because they're a little lighter on that. But I do think that most YA books now often have some element of romance, so I don't think that it's very hard to find that in a book. this has been my beginner, intermediate, advanced side plot crash course on romance. And there are a ton of other books that I could have shown in this video, and of course there's so many other good romance novels out there that I could have featured, but again, I haven't read them all. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. If you like this long-term content, please let me know because it's harder to make these because I'm not very good at talking. I think that's why I'm a reader, but like it is harder to make these than it is to make the shorts. So I love making these though, and it's fun to interact with you guys in this form. And if you want any recommendations, put them in the comments. Love you guys. Bye.